Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Beacon Outdoor Beacon Hall Large Wall Sconce. This is the 30-48-20. So the whole Beacon Hall design story is really about a slightly contemporary nod, wink and a nod, toward a traditional carriage light. So a lot of houses in America have these carriage lights on their houses that are kind of corroding and falling apart and made out of very tinny material. Their colors are fading. That is why you're here. So these are more of a contemporary look, slightly. So it's more updated, and at the same time, the materials are top-notch in quality, and it's another reason you're here. So why don't we talk about this fixture? This is the 30-48-20. So there's also, in addition to that, there's two more sizes down. So there's a medium, there's a small. You should watch those videos too, because I may touch on some stuff in those videos I'm not touching on in here, and it's kind of important. They use a lot of the same materials and glass and lamping, those kind of things, and just a good idea to do that. In addition to that, there's actually a post light, which is right here, and that goes on a 3-inch round post. It's a beautiful light. You can also put your own, use your own 3-inch round post if you guys already have one set in the ground, so you don't have to, take anything out. There's also a really beautiful hanging light, and that's going to be right here. And that it hangs from a 1 foot chain. You can always get more additional chain if you need it, but that's a great piece to complement these sconces. So why don't we move on and talk about size to begin with. So overall height on the 30-48-20 is about 2 feet, 23 inches overall height from the bottom of the fixture to the very top of the fixture, and sometimes that can be the back plate, so it's the whole thing. It's 12 inches wide, and the projection out is 12.6. So this is a good size fixture. The mounting height from the middle of the junction box to the bottom of the fixture is 8.3 inches, and then the back plate is 6.5 by 5.8, and that will beautifully go over a 4-inch junction box as well. So why don't we move on to what these are. Let's talk about glass to begin with. So these are going to have one glass option, and that's really going to have a very, very thick hand-blown piece of outer glass. It's incredibly thick. For you guys wouldn't be able to see that unless you saw it in person. It's pretty astounding to me. Beautiful piece of glass on its own. Inside it is going to be what's called a diffuser, and that diffuser is going to be a piece of opal glass, which is your white glass. It isn't the shape, but it kind of flares up like a cup, and what that does is it hides the socket and the light bulb. It's always going to be in this white and just acts as a diffuser and doesn't become part of the design element so much. So that's going to be your glass on this. Let's talk about lamping. If you're familiar with Hubbardton Forge, they use a lot of these medium-base porcelain sockets for a lot of their fixtures. Regular screw-in bulb, very user-friendly. You can go up to 100 watts for incandescent in this. You can also use a screw-in LED, and you can get any kind of LED you want. There's really no limit other than the bulb getting into that diffuser, and that diffuser is pretty big. So even an A21 bulb, which is much larger than this, will make it in there. That means you easily could put in like up to 150 watt equivalent LED in this fixture and pump a lot of light out of it. It's dimmable. You can put in all kinds of different colored LEDs for the light coming out. Like 2700 Kelvin is that warmer light, 3000 Kelvin is the cooler light. You get to choose that yourself, so kind of keep that in mind. It's a dimmable fixture like I mentioned. So anyway, almost 100% of you guys are going to be purchasing this type, which is going to be called the incandescent version, even though you can put in your own LED. In some circumstances, you might have a homeowners association, or if you're in the state of California and you're pulling permits for new construction or renovation, where the building inspector is going to come onto your property and check and see what you're doing. They may require you to do what's called a GU24 dedicated LED. So this is an LED, kind of like that one, like this guy. But instead of being a screw-in, it has what's called GU24 prongs on it, and that goes into what's called a GU24 socket, and it kind of snaps in, and it doesn't allow you to ever put an incandescent bulb into this. So this is going to be for those very specific fixtures. People out there, fixtures for you guys who have to do this. The best thing to do is drop me a quick email, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. I can clear you in on pricing and lead time and those kind of things. But for the 99.9% of you out there, this is going to be fine. And there's a lot of California people that this is going to be fine for too, that don't have the building inspector knocking on their door. Okie doke. So That takes care of lamping. Why don't we get into materials and finish on this? If you're on our website, HandmadeInVermont.com, midway down, left-hand side in those red tabs with the pictures, you're going to see a finishes help guide. Click on it for me. There's a video at the top of the page, me talking about you guys about finishes. Might as well watch it. You're there. When you are done, scroll way down and you're going to see a color chart, and it's going to show you all the finishes, colors that this comes in, and it's going to be called New Coastal Outdoor Finishes. So why don't we go and get into materials of what this is made out of. So Hubbardton Forge, hold on, there's a big truck going by. There's a highway, quote-unquote highway, outside our building. 200 years ago, we're in this stone building. 200 years ago, this building was like, there were horses outside. Now there's big trucks carrying huge blocks of marble going back and forth. Anyway, back to our story. So Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make all of their outdoor lighting. And the reason they do that is because aluminum holds up better than any other material in the entire world outdoors in extreme weather, which is why airline planes, jetliners, are made out of aluminum. Every jetliner in the world is made out of the same material for that extreme weather that you see up there. And sometimes extreme weather is knocking on your door, and that's why you're here, for the quality of this. In addition to that, Hubbardton Forge has developed those new coastal outdoor finishes, and what they are oven-baked epoxies. So they're incredibly hard, oven-baked. They form a complete shell around the entire fixture. The whole thing is covered, baked on there, so it's not coming off. And Hubbardton offers a limited lifetime warranty on all of these fixtures. You can see a link to it on our website. You can go to their website on the very bottom of the page, and you're going to see a little red link, and it'll say limited lifetime warranty. Click on that. It'll walk you through all the details and really show you that they stand behind their fixtures because they know they're going to last forever. So it's just that simple. So after that, why don't we talk about, well, it covers basically everything. Our showroom here in Vermont. Awesome place. Over 350 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have this large one, the 30-48-20 on display. I have the post light on display. I have the hanging fixture on display. In different finishes, so it's awesome. This showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. You can see what we have here on our website. There's a What's on Display page on our site. You can click on that, and there's back in those red buttons with the pictures. Click on that, and you'll see everything that's here before you guys come up, and we're always adding new stuff too. So showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6, and I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern, including Saturdays. When you buy your Hubbardton fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. Nobody comes even a bit close to that. Some larger items, mostly on pallets, are not going to come back, so we tell you about that ahead of time. We also offer a rush program. Normal Hubbardton Forge lead time is 3 to 4 weeks out the door, but we can cut that time in half. Very inexpensive. It's per line item, so if you have multiples, exactly the same thing, like 3 or 4 or 5 or 2 of the same exact thing, that's one line item, and just contact me about the cost of cutting that in half time-wise. It's very inexpensive. So email address sales@handmadeinvermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont, and then you can call us at 802-446-2400, and I'm here to talk to you every day except Sunday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So if I missed anything, let me know. Check out the other videos too, so you can maybe catch something that I kind of forgot to talk about in this one. Any questions, let me know, and we would love for you guys to come see us here in Vermont. Okay? Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye-bye.